Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn Gaming. Paul speaking. Welcome to some gameplay from Rims Racing on the Nintendo Switch. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know I reviewed this one back on the PC a few months ago. Really enjoyed it. It actually came out on the Switch in Europe in August, but it's only just being released for the Switch in America on the 5th of October. So this coming Tuesday. If you're in America, you'll be able to get your hands on this in the eShop. So right at the moment, we're in the career mode, and we are just doing a race here at Laguna Seca. This seems to be a go-to race. Oh, seems to be a go-to race that I go to, a track I know very well, and have raced virtually a lot over the years. So as you can probably see with your own eyes, it's certainly not as good looking or as smooth as the PC version. There's good and bad news with the Nintendo Switch version. The good news, which we'll go back and have a look at shortly, is that it's feature rich. It really is. It's a very much a one-to-one port of the PC version. All the features in the PC version have made it onto the Switch version. Includes the career mode and multiplayer, and most importantly, all of those really cool garage sections where you build your bike up and swap parts and stuff. If you've not seen this game before, if you've not seen my PC review, then I will go back and show you this in a second. I just wanted to show a few laps of Laguna, and as I say, we'll pop back to the menus, and then we'll probably have a look at some more tracks as well. But the biggest problem here, I mean, you know, the graphics, okay, aren't obviously as good as the PC version. Don't really like comparing games on the Switch to other consoles and PCs. I just don't think it's fair. But, you know, it's an okay looking game for the Switch. But the big problem that you've got is a really low frame rate. It's sub 30. To be fair, it's reasonably stable below 30, but you know, you're basically playing the whole game in the mid to low 20s at best, which doesn't make for a pleasant experience. Excuse me as I make my way through the traffic. I actually went back because I was unsure if I had sort of rose tinted glasses over MotoGP on the Nintendo Switch. I actually went back to MotoGP 20. I didn't actually pick up 21. Oh dear, forgot to brake for the corkscrew. This is going to be ugly. Yeah, so I went back and played MotoGP 20 and was actually taken aback by how good it is. I've forgotten how good it is. I haven't played it for a while. And it's a really nice looking game, but more importantly, it runs at a really consistent and fluid frame rate, which was really nice. So kind of cemented what I feel about Rims, which is a shame on the Switch. I've played this a lot on PC. I really like it. The graphics are great on PC. Obviously the frame rate is great, and you've got that really nice unique career mode where you're buying and selling parts and fitting them to your bike. That part of it's really cool. So what we'll do, I think we've seen enough of Laguna. We will go back and have a look through the menus in the career mode and have a look at that bike building section, just in case you haven't seen it yet. And then we'll pick out maybe another single race, or maybe have a look at the road courses and see how they run on the Switch. So we'll jump over to that now. So here we are back in the main menu. As I say, it's the same as the PC. We've got single player mode, multiplayer, your settings, your rims card, which is basically your stats, and your news and credits. We look at the single player mode. You've got the career mode, single race, private testing, where you can just pick a bike and a track and get used to it. Academy are the events that get run during the career mode. These pop up every now and again, and they're sort of goal times that you need to pass to get different rewards. You can play them all back to back here, or you can go back through the tutorial again. So we go into the career mode. Loading times aren't too bad at all on the Switch. I mentioned MotoGP earlier. If that's one thing that lets MotoGP down, is hugely long load times. So here we are in the career mode again, same as the PC, exactly the same setup, and slightly lower res graphics obviously, but you've got all the different things here. If we go to the motorbike stand, we can go to the workshop and the mechanics. As you can see, you've got your bike here, spin it around, really nicely done. This is such a unique feature, and went over this quite a lot in my other rims video, so check that out if you want a slightly more enhanced look at it. But let's just take a look at the options across the side here. You can change your brake system, exhaust system, fairings, suspension, wheels, aesthetics, so your livery, electronic system, the power system, and the transmission system. So say if we want to change our I don't know, suspension, you go through this little sort of mini game to remove all the parts. So we go to unmount, and you follow these steps. So on the right hand side there, it's telling you what to press and hold down. So rotating the stick, L and A, unscrew all the nuts, L and A the other way, remove all the screws, ZL, L up and A 6 times, and ZL down and Y 6 times, L and A down, and then L and A up. So depending what you're changing, there's a lot of different steps. Now once you've unmounted something, you can then go to the shop and buy new parts. But let's mount all this back up. And hope we don't miss any parts. We haven't got a front wheel, that's going to be problematic. Now, there is one thing here, is that we're going through the steps to take all the pieces apart, and now we have to individually put them back together. Before we can make our bike whole again. But as I said in my other video, if you played anything like Garage Simulator, something like that, one of those simulatory type games, you'll probably be well at home here. Mechanic Simulator. What else have we got to put together? The front fender. So let's just get this done. A nice easy one. It screws up. And there we go. I think that's everything back together. So let's check out some of the other tracks and races. Let's flip over to that. Now in the career mode, there are 70 events, and it is a multi-year career mode, so you can carry that around again. You can skip events and have rest days, but the events are made up of races, cups, challenges. There's plenty to do. Let's have a look at a different track. Let's go to, let's try Silverstone. Have a look at the different bikes. We've got the Aprilia, BMW, Ducati. Wait for them to load in. The Honda, Kawasaki Ninja. Oh, that is an Augusta. Suzuki, and finally a Yamaha. And we've got different liveries that you can pick for these at the bottom as well. Each bike's got different livery. Let's pick a different bike. Let's go with that. Augusta bike was quite nice. You can see the different liveries we got there. Let's just go with the default one. So we've got a track, got a liveries. You can change conditions, weather conditions, change any rules. Let's just get into the race. Here we go. Now, you know me, always try and be positive about Switch games, especially the more ambitious ones that come to the system. I can usually overlook some of the flaws, but I think in a racing game you really need a decent frame rate, don't you? I mean, it's just the absolute minimum that you need. Oh, you also need to stay on your bike. Unfortunately, it's just not here at the moment. Whether they can patch this and bring that frame rate back, I'll have my fingers crossed because I do think this is a really good game in terms of what you get and in terms of the potential of what it can be from what I've played on the PC. But at the moment, it's hard to be too positive about it. Handheld is worse than dock mode. You're looking at a really low resolution. I'm tempted to say it's something like 320, possibly. I've not got any official stats, maybe even as low as 240, but say it's just speculation from me. It feels like it's pretty bad, and obviously you've still got the frame rate issues as well that are exacerbated on handheld. So if you're mainly a handheld player, you're going to want to bear that in mind. It's a shame because I do like bike racing games, and I think there is a good game in here, but we need that frame rate sorting out. I can even take the downgrading graphics. You know, we've played lots of Switch games that graphically aren't as good as their PC or console counterparts, but oh, it was a dirty move. The fact that you know, they're portable, to me, is a nice trade-off. So you can forgive that sometimes, but you know, if we could have a smooth frame rate with these graphics, then I'd probably be happy enough with that. Sound-wise, not too bad. Again, I think it's lower quality sounds in the PC. You still get the bloody Beetroots soundtrack that you can disable. Obviously, I've turned it off here for streaming and recording purposes. There is actually a streamers option in the settings, so you don't get copyright strikes. Trying to remember my motorcycling basics and braking upright and accelerating out of the corner. That is one good thing, that the tutorials and that academy mode do teach you some decent stuff for riding. One last thing I want to do, and I did this in my PC overview too, and that is to have a look at one of the road courses. Again, one of the unique features here in Rims, it isn't all circuit racing. There are some road courses as well. So why don't we dive over and take a look at those. So again, same tracks as we had on the PC version. We've got the Atlantic Road in Norway. We've got the Creta de la Salobra in Spain. Great Victoria Desert Road in New Zealand, or is it Australia? Australia. $1 Million Highway in America. Passo San Marco in Italy. Let's have a look at the Great Victoria Desert Road. Sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? Let's go on to that. Let's change our bike. Let's go with the Kawasaki Ninja. We, I think the last time we did the road course in the PC video, we switched the weather to rain, which I don't fancy doing given the frame rate here. So we'll just leave the conditions as they are. So the Great Victoria Desert Road obviously offers a different challenge, these road courses, to the circuit events. The main obvious one is it's one long continuous stretch, a bit like a rally. There's no sort of laps, but obviously you've got, oh, jump the start there. Obviously as well, you've got trackside obstacles as well that are going to cause you a world of pain. As I will ably demonstrate to you there, as I try and decapitate myself on a road sign. But very much a twistier experience. Also got all the different views as well. I didn't really cycle through those, so let's have a look at those. Got a close up view. We've got this helmet cam view, which I really did enjoy in my PC review. Basically, it's the helmet view, so the sound is muffled, and you're shifting around on your bike. Oh my god, I'm awful. Just awful. Let's switch back to a different view. Here we've got the handlebar view, but without the helmet, but a similar sort of shifting kind of view. Then we've got this. My preferred view on the PC is this one. It's the handlebar view, but the camera stays locked, so you don't get the disorientation of moving around in your seat, which I find a lot easier to use. Get a nice clicking now as you go through the gears. And then finally got this, I don't know what you call it really, headlight view. I don't know, the camera right at the front of the bike. I'll have to switch back to another view because I find it hard to keep it on the track with that view. As we make our way around the windy Australian desert road. The frame rate does feel a little bit smoother on these road surfaces. Now I wonder if it's because, thinking technically, whether the track is being streamed in as it's one long continuous track, whether it's actually just being streamed in a little while ahead, so it's not actually needing to render the whole circuit like a road track. Oh, we're out to some sort of airport now. Airport straight. Up to the finish. 300 kilometers an hour. Better be ready to brake. There we go. So about 30 seconds later than everybody else, but we got there. So there you go. That was a road track. I think we've been through all the different things there. If you've got any questions about this one, let me know below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I don't think I gave a price. As I say, this is out on the 5th of October and it is $49.99, so it's a full price game. As I say, it has been out in Europe for a while. It's £44.99 in the UK. There you go. So I'll leave a link to my PC review as well if you want more information, but we'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers everyone. Bye bye.